Yeah.
What it is?
Pickleball.
In the hills.
Maybe we could do more of that. You have, headphones. Maybe in the next one. I don't know. Whatever. All right, let's get started. Welcome everybody to Dinks and Drinks. Yeah.
I'm a second behind.
I am Brian, your host with the most. I used to watch Beetlejuice a lot. And this is my lovely wife.
Faith
White hair. There you go.
I was looking for an introduction. I thought I was a little bit bigger than that, that's fine. My name is Faith here.
The real host.
The real host, I guess.
Faith Whitehair.
Here's my husband, Brian.
Welcome to the show, Faith. Just kidding.
Of Dinks and Drinks.
You know what I could do? I could introduce you and then put the applause and the echo. I'll do that next time.
That's hilarious.
Anyways.
Back to the topic here.
Welcome to Dinks and Drinks. This evening, we want to talk about, number one, the debut of Andre Agassi. We want to talk about the California park that is requiring quiet paddles. We want to talk about Florida banning pickleball in some state parks. We want to talk about the whole controversy of the Joola suing USA Pickleball and their counter suing Joola. And also some injuries. What body part is pickleball affecting you?
Me personally?
Yeah,
Is that the first question?
We'll get to the first one first.
We'll come back around.
Yeah, we'll come back. So, Andre Agassi is debuting his pickleball pro career with Anna Leigh Waters, the number one player in the world. And they're going to be doing it
in the world, Craig.
At the US.
That always sticks in my head when somebody says in the world.
Oh, the world, Craig. Yeah, me too. That, where's it at? At US Open, I think it's next week on the 2nd or 3rd or whatever. I'm not sure if he's playing singles. I'm not sure if he's playing men's doubles.
I just laugh every time a tennis player comes on over because of when pickleball started. It was always like a big old controversy between tennis players and pickleball players. Yeah. And I was never actually personally seen anything with a tennis player talking crap about pickleball, but I've always read about it or heard different stories from other people.
Yeah.
And then now I laugh because it's like now everybody's going over to pickleball. I won't be surprised when Serena Williams does it because she always made a big thing about the money being so little.
She actually made a thing that she was on Ellen and she said that there's no money in it.
Yeah. But then now it's like, now look at friggin' Joola. They just went to, what was that?
Well, I mean, Agassi's making a lot of money from Joola.
Yeah.
And he's not even playing pro. He's just making his pro debut. He wasn't playing pro before. He was just playing.
I saw that last week, I think, that he was going to be doing mix with Anna Leigh Waters. Yeah. I've never watched tennis, so I don't know about him. So when I heard about him and then you bought his paddle, I looked him up. I'm not going to lie. He reminds me of the guy from X-Men, the one in the wheelchair, because it's his bald head.
Oh, gosh. Professor X.
Yeah, that's the person who came to my mind when I saw him. So then I'm like, what did this guy look like with hair?
He does have superpowers, that's for sure, in tennis, because he was the guy in tennis in the 80s, 90s. He's a living legend. So
that's what I read, and I was laughing because I had no idea who this guy was. Tennis is not, I didn't play any racket sports. So when I heard about Agassi, I looked him up, obviously. From now on, to me, he's Mr. Professor X. But I looked up his old school photos, and the guy's hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like this big. It's Got highlights.
He
and
looked
stuff,
like
all
he used
types of crazy.
hairspray and everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he looks like one of those guys that was like.
Well,
and then
he
it's
was.
just
You know what he was like compared to pickleball, right? He was like all style. He was, loud. He was all types of, he was very flash. It's like Tyson McGuffin in pickleball.
Oh, okay.
So that was
him in tennis.
Yeah. So he was, he had the neon colors. He had, the chain.
Yeah, I saw the videos. He had the
hair.
headband. I can't remember if he had the mustache though.
No, I don't.
I just saw a picture of him, but I can't remember if he had a mustache. That's what I want to do.
I mean, I didn't watch tennis back then. I wasn't really, but I definitely knew who he was. I knew a lot of people talked about him. My dad was really into any type of racket sports, so he would be watching them.
Yeah.
And I only know about Agassi, Pete Sampras, John McEnroe, all the legends, because of my dad watching that. And I didn't follow it or anything, but I definitely knew who they were, and they were like.
But he comes a long way to have a career in tennis as a pro player, and then to come and do the pro pickleball.
Yeah, I mean it's huge.
At his age, that's.
Let's relax. I mean, gosh, give the guy a break.
Professor X.
He's still.
No, it's amazing.
Doing good. He is.
I hope I could move like that when I'm his age.
In many years. You're a young lady.
You're a young lady.
But I was wondering if he's going to play left or not.
Ooh.
I would put Anna on the
okay,
left.
so
I'd be like, go on the left all you want. Shoot. Be my guest.
I'll be Colin.
She's the number one
You be
player.
my Ben Johns. I'll be your Colin.
Why wouldn't you want to do that with the best player in the world?
I don't know.
I would. You know what I mean? Or
I think it just
goes.
goes.
That'd be cool if they play straight up too.
Is he a lefty or what is he? He's a righty. He's a righty.
But he has a wicked two-hand. I mean, it's from his tennis.
Yeah, his tennis plays.
Yeah. So they I don't know. I mean, they both have. It's gonna be definitely fun to watch because I have my favorites.
Yeah.
Anna Bright, Tyson, Irvin, like everybody that I really like. Anna Lee Waters, obviously, but I'm definitely going to root for them just because it's Andre Agassi and it's his debut.
Yeah.
I really wanted.
That's for sure. That's for
like when Lee Waters came back to play with Anna Lee. Mm-hmm. I was rooting for them. The whole time.
that was fun to see.
I just wanted them to win.
I think is Agassi the guy that I can't remember where, but it was I don't know when it was, but a while back. I think you said it. You're like, it's Andre Agassi, and he was playing, and he like went to go slice the ball or something, and he was really pissed off, and he kept cursing. Is that the guy?
No.
Okay.
Agassi doesn't. He's not like that.
Okay, so there was a tennis player humble. That was doing that, and that's
the one that curses is John McEnroe.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the guy.
John McEnroe.
It was somebody who tried pickleball.
Yeah,
that
he
was
loses his shit in when he was at for line calls, for any bad call that he thought that was a bad call. It was super entertaining. I don't know how he didn't like have heart attacks because he was so freaking pissed off. I don't know how he didn't like just fall over on the tennis court because
he was. I'm
like, he has to have high blood pressure to be like they would say out or whatever. It's the referee and it's not how it is in football. But he would say, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you blind? You need glasses, blah, blah." Like just scream and scream and scream. And the umpire's just like, "Love 15." Something like they would just ignore him. It's like, oh, it's just McEnroe. But he was always cursing, super. The only thing that I saw with Agassi, there was something that I knew that happened. Like he was super flashy all the time. Mm-hmm. And I think that he was getting arrogant and cocky or something. And nobody liked it. And then he saw it and he felt it. And then it kind of he started getting humble a lot. And he's matured crazy as a tennis player. And I think that's one of the things that made him his growth inside.
Yeah.
I think that's what made him kind of an iconic tennis figure. And I mean, supposedly he's a really cool guy. Never talked to him. I mean, would
Obviously.
love to get you on the podcast, guy. But no, I
Come on
hear that
over.
he's like super cool and everything. So
Oh, okay.
so that's just gonna be fun. Again, it's gonna be super
Well,
fun
that's
to watch.
now you got me thinking. Like, what are they gonna do? Is she like? Because I don't feel
Yeah.
like Annalie's gonna push him to the right side. I think she's just gonna.
Right. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be flying in the court, but that's what she does.
Yeah.
She even does that with the other number one player, Ben Johns, on the court.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure she's gonna be doing that.
It's gonna be an interesting matchup because like no two people have that same. Because when you get used to playing with somebody you play for so long,
Yeah.
you expect the new player that you're playing with to know those things and play the same way. But it's very difficult. So I wonder if that's something that we're gonna see in the game with Agassi. Is he gonna take it or am I taking it? What's going on? Like,
Right.
there's always that miscommunication.
Like who's gonna get that? And I mean, them being pros. Number one, Annalie, because she's the best player in the world, she knows how to adapt.
Take over. Yeah.
She knows how to adapt. She knows how to take over and everything, but she knows how to adapt. She's great in communication. She's going to have Lee Waters there, who's, already a legendary coach. And I mean, for me, they're practicing. So they're already having that chemistry or trying to build that chemistry. So I think they're going to be pretty spot on, even though it is, like you say, it is difficult to play with somebody new or somebody that maybe you played with a couple times, but you guys don't have good chemistry or good communication. And then it's kind of hard doing that. But I'd be pretty pumped up if I was Agassi, because I'm like number one player in the world. I'm good. I know she has to be pretty pumped up about that. I don't know if Annalie likes tennis.
I was just going to say that if she had a tennis background, I don't know.
But anyways, I can't wait to watch that. And it's, I'm guessing it's in Naples because the U.S. Open is always in Naples.
Yeah.
I went there last year and it was dope. If you have a chance to go, I would suggest anybody to go. It's really cool there. But it's on the 2nd or 3rd that it's
next week, so Thursday?
I think it's Friday.
Friday.
Maybe Friday singles.
Wednesday.
I don't know.
Yeah, Friday.
Saturday.
Monday.
Tuesday. I mean, it can't be Sunday because Sunday's always Championship Sunday.
Yeah. Duh. I mean, yeah.
So let's talk about the Cali Park requiring quiet paddles. So I believe it's Lang Park.
Who's Lang?
Called.
Who's Lang?
In Cali, and it's in Laguna.
California.
Laguna, Cali. And they are required to play with quiet paddles, like the owl paddle. Mm-hmm. Have you ever played with that?
So here's my thing.
Go on.
Continue. I'm still trying to process the idea of how they are going to make a quiet paddle.
Well, they've made a few.
Like what?
And one of the biggest ones, or not biggest ones, but I should say like the more recognizable one is called the owl.
Never played.
So
with
it's an owl paddle, and it's basically it's the normal foam. Standard. The normal standard shape, but it's like felt, or like almost like carpet, like this cheap ass carpet that I have in here. Like it's like super thin, and it does dampen the sound. It doesn't completely take it away, but it does dampen it a lot. But how much does it affect your playing?
I was just gonna say, like, because you would understand, like, a ball like that, would it even catch to something felt? Right, like you're talking about like the grip, the spin, like anything that has to do with the paddle meeting the ball. Different.
It's going to be completely different.
It's going to be like everybody's playing like a beginner all over again, because you're not going to do anything but just hit the ball flat back and forth. I don't know. And then they're offering to give them some of those paddles or whatever, or sell them at $120 there.
And I'm like, if that happens and that like catches on, all the paddle companies have to kind of go in that direction.
Yes. Well, look at where they went now, because they went from whatever they were using, like the Z5, where it was just whatever, to all this grit and power, and then now they're gonna go backwards. Because does it even have the same power? Because it's felt, is it taking off?
It's not gonna have the same power.
Exactly. So it's like they went forward to go backwards.
Yeah. So that's my thing. It's like, what are they gonna do? Because why would I buy a Joola or a Carbon or a whatever when I have to play in a park that requires a quiet paddle? I'm just gonna have that quiet paddle.
You're gonna have a bunch of,
you know what I mean? I think that's crazy weird, and that's,
I don't know.
That's just it's just because of the sound that people complain about the sound.
You know, I've never actually noticed it, like how loud it could be. I guess because at nighttime you would understand, you know, you're in your house watching TV, everything's quiet. You hear everything like magnified when it's quiet.
Yeah.
But I don't ever think about how it would sound if I lived next to a pickleball park.
Right. Well, imagine, because we go to Godwin. Yeah. So imagine those people there.
Exactly. They're just right across the street.
They're literally across the street.
Nuts.
And sometimes the lights don't go out until after 10.
Plus, I think it helps to have double pane windows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Were you there when the guy came and he was bitching?
No.
About
I think you told me that story, though. He
was like, I don't know, he kind of seemed like either a stoner or a surfer.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, man, you know, I got to work tomorrow morning, man. What are you guys doing? And everybody looked at him like,
it's 8:30, guy. Just kidding.
It's like, we can play. Like, we can't tone it down and we can't go away or anything because it's a park. So we're kind of trying to nicely say that to him or whatever. But he was like super pissed about the noise.
Apparently, it's becoming a big problem with a lot of parks.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that is going to continue, obviously. And that's why they're making the quiet paddles. My thing is, I think it might change pickleball a lot if that happens.
You think so?
Yeah. Because for me, I like the fact that how you can manipulate the ball and working on these shots and stuff to go backwards. Like, I don't think I would find enjoyment in it, because I think I'm like one of those people that live for the longest rallies. It's not like 1-2, I'm done. I rather go from dinking to lobbing to blocking to offense, like all those shots in one. And that's why I like playing with certain people, because it's like, you don't know what's going to happen with that shot.
Yeah,
and it's so much fun.
I like playing pickleball. I mean, how the game is now, you have to adapt to it, but I definitely like playing pickleball. Like, in every single point, I want to do every single shot.
Yeah, at least somebody to do something.
But it's, it's hard to do that now. Like, maybe a year ago, a year and a half ago or something, you were able to do that, but not now, not anymore. But it's worse now, I think, for the sound.
Yeah. Because
of how they're building the paddles, and because it's no longer, dinking a lot. It's more smacking the hell out of the ball, so it's coming off the paddle nice and loud. Well, back to Florida. From Cali to Florida. Florida is banning pickleball courts in state parks.
And I think it's for the same reason of the loudness.
No, it's actually for the people, like the tree huggers. Freaking save the turtles, man.
That's me.
Those guys.
While using plastic straws.
Yeah, right? In your Starbies.
My Starbies plastic cup. I'm not helping turtles at all. I'm sorry.
Good job.
I try, but I think I got to start taking my Starbucks cup just to be more helpful to the turtles.
Do you don't take yours?
I'm gonna start now that you made me feel bad about myself. Just kidding. You turtle killer.
That's what you get. No, it's
So your matcha.
It's for it's for that though. It's for that that they want the state parks to be more for the wildlife.
I can agree with that. I'm an animal lover. I mean, I know we have Kylo. I'm an animal lover. I'm just not an animal owner.
Or Jack Russell. Shorty.
Like, I love all the animals in the world. Would I have all the animals in the world? No.
Yeah, that's another. But I do love animals, and I agree with that.
Yeah, because it's
I do want more pickleball courts. Don't get me wrong.
But you have to think about it like ecologically and animal wise. I mean, look at the freaking crap that they're doing already. They're deforesting all these things and taking away animal homes. Like, you're gonna I can't agree with that. Honestly, it still hurts.
Yeah, but I
just kidding. Start crying.
Tear.
Fake tear.
Yeah,
I can cry on cue. Just kidding.
I'll put in the native drums later on in editing.
Racism. It has begun.
Yes.
No, but that is a thing. And then also trees that literally give you life, and you want to tear them down.
Life, oxygen.
But then I might one of those people that are like, I will play pickleball until I die. So less oxygen, the better.
Yeah,
just kidding.
But that's the thing, right? It's like, how many courts do you want? And then would you actually take that away from the wildlife?
Yeah, that's another thing.
I'm pretty sure.
Look at the massive amount of courts that are. So Arizona has been building on courts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know maybe Florida might get there. I don't know. It could be just because we live in freaking swampland.
The how many courts?
Yeah, they did the 46.
No, Arizona is like ridiculous.
Crazy. And then Salt Lake.
And it was, when did we go there? Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, and that was before they made the Mesa one with the 46 courts or something like that.
To visit your family over there, we went
to Pickleball Kingdom when they first opened.
It was 3 days. They opened 3 days before we got there.
Yes.
And it was literally up the road from your mom's.
Down the road.
But then there was different parks. We went to another park.
The Tempe
that was
complex.
Like 2 or 3 streets down.
Yeah.
There was another one. There was like
But that was dead when we went there. We didn't get to meet anybody there or do anything. It was like,
I mean, I'm sure that they have, their own times and stuff. But
just like
the
how
point
they are.
is that they had parks.
Yeah.
They had multiple
Every park
parks.
has about 4 pickleball courts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And it's like, because I looked on the map because I was just curious. And then that's when I saw Pickleball Kingdom, I saw Tempe Complex, I saw Picos, I saw Glendale. Like, they're making more in, not Glendale, sorry, Gilbert. And they're supposed to make some in Gilbert.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited to go visit in May to see.
Yeah, there was a crazy
amount. Yes, it's like at every park. Not here where you go to one park.
Yeah, make sure for sure you got to take the paddle.
Exactly. And, but back to the wildlife. Yeah.
Names. Would you represent Arizona, or are you going to represent Florida?
As in what? When I go there?
When you go, like, say you go there and then you like start kicking ass. Like, oh man, you're really good. Like, where do you play? You're going to be like, Florida. This is Florida pickleball.
It's going to be like.
Or are you going to?
LFG, that's where I go. Just kidding.
But, yeah, well, that's happening. And I think that we should leave the state parks alone. Yeah,
only because it's like we're taking over so many parks that it is, and people are already complaining.
Yeah.
And then to take over national state parks. Listen, I'm not going to play on a national state park like in the Everglades and have some freaking python roll up on me. I'm out of there. I'm sorry. I'm never going back.
It'll be bad.
Yeah, alligators. So I'm not getting in.
Alligators.
Be like, keep the pickleball. I'll see you later. No.
They're gone.
I'm like one of those people, they see a spider in the car and then they crash and they're like, keep the car. That's what I would do.
That's you?
Yes.
That's terrible.
Keep the house.
I think my insurance is going to go up. Damn.
Nope.
That's not good. Let's talk about real quick the injuries. Right? So there's a little survey that they did. And
what survey?
It's what body part is pickleball affecting the most? Like, if you had a guess.
In everybody? Like a majority.
Yeah. So the majority, what would you say? The knees?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Shit. That is true. And I do see a lot of people with, and this is from like,
it varies in age.
60-year-olds to the pros that they're in their 20s and they have like that KT tape on their freaking knees and stuff. I had used the KT tape on my
Calf.
freaking calf, on my muscle calf. It really works.
I remember using the KT tape when we went to Miami because the lady was like, "Oh, we're letting people try it out," and I'm like, "Okay." And then she's like, "Sorry, I got to touch your thigh." I'm like, "Okay, go ahead." Just kidding.
Touch it slowly.
But she did put the KT tape on my thigh because I think I did something to my thigh. Like I had a tight muscle, and then I went and played pickleball, and then it was like, and it was like, I can't remember what it was. It was tight, and I played. And it didn't tear or anything, but I think I sprained it or stretched it.
That was the APP that we played in Miami?
Remember, I kept feeling like psychologically I was still worrying about it, even though it was better.
Right.
So then I was like, let's go try the KT tape. And then I did do it, and I felt like it did help. It kind of put it relieved my anxiety of like messing up my leg or something.
Yeah, because you think about it like it's always on your mind or whatever. But when I did the KT tape on, just to try it,
physically you felt better.
I didn't even think about it because I couldn't feel. When I messed up my calf, I couldn't walk for 3 months. I couldn't play. I was like crazy, whatever. And after I went to I did like rehab and stuff for it, and then I got back into pickleball. I was like always paranoid about it. And then I found that every time that I was just playing too hard, I could feel it. And it wasn't, there was pain. It was kind of just like a weird...
Like the muscle moved and you're like,
No, it was just like a dull... It was a weird, dull...
sensation?
Feeling. Oh, okay. It was just weird, but it was like, I know something's going on with it because it doesn't feel like my right, because my right feels fine. So it was always there, like in the back of my mind, like, try not to outstretch it or whatever, but I always stretched. I always warmed up. I always did crazy stuff. I mean, I feel like I'm the only person whenever I go play. I feel like I'm the only person jumping around like a freaking jackrabbit. Everybody's like, is he going to play? What the hell's wrong with him?
And then I'm just there like,
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm not messing myself up again for anybody.
No, because I'm stretching and you're doing whatever. You're like getting your paddle, you're getting a ball, you're getting ready, like all this. But all that time you're doing that, I'm stretching. And then by the time I'm ready to go on the court and play, you start stretching and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but I don't want, I don't want that to mess me up. But
no, I don't think anybody does. And I don't think anybody has got injured. I think the people that got injured realize that, yes, I do need to stretch, but then you have people that are like, oh, and it hasn't happened to me or whatever. So
yeah.
It's like a whole live and learn situation.
Need you good on your beer?
Yeah, I still have it.
I need one. Beer break, and we're back. So the survey said that knees bothered most of the people. That's how they injured them or whatever. I think it was over 17, and this is, I think, in 2022 or 2023, whatever. Mm-hmm. It was over 17,000 emergency hospital visits due to pickleball.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Can you believe that, man? That's crazy. I mean, not for one person, but, for a lot of people. But that's a lot. And most of the injuries were knee. Mm-hmm. I think it was the knees. The back, I think, was second or third.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I always see people with knee stuff, shoulder stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot elbow. Of the shoulders. Yeah, elbow, because it's tennis elbow or whatever. Yeah. But there's a lot of people that with the knee and everything, but with shoulder, I always see it's like a pre-existing injury.
Oh, okay.
For people that either play sports, lift weights, just different stuff. Mm-hmm. And they had surgery because of their rotator cuff or whatever. And it's like from baseball, it's from, weightlifting, it's from whatever that they were doing. And then they actually had that. So in pickleball, because they're like doing that motion, it messes with them. Not saying that, they break anything but they like kind of re-injure it. What else? There was, I think I have the picture. I'll tell you right now the stats here.
No, but the knees, I would definitely guess the knees.
Yeah.
And it's because of a lot of running, a lot of squatting, a lot of going up and down, like squatting and then standing up straight. Like, it's just, some people just don't have that in their knees.
Well,
like,
they
it's
can't.
not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So knees is 34%.
Dang.
And this is actually, this is just a vote of 5,000 people. But 34% said knees. The next one is feet.
Well, I can understand
Feet,
that because, like, the heel, the plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, so feet includes the ankle and the Achilles. And I know a few people that mess up their Achilles in pickleball. Like, they ruptured it. And they couldn't play for, like, a whole year.
See, I would be sad.
I know Achilles stuff from, mostly from basketball.
Yeah.
So many people mess up their Achilles tendon in basketball because of jumping and stretching that they do or whatever, the stress. But I would think that the knees and the feet would be number one for pickleball. And then they started doing the surface that was like cushioned or whatever for people, whatever. And then the next one is the back, but I never see anybody.
That was just
exactly.
That one just blows my mind, and it just surprises me. I don't know.
Right?
Well, I guess if you're like older and you do have back problems, there's the people who like bend over and can't stand back up type of thing. I wonder if it has to do anything with like their muscles, their bones, or just like nerves in general. Or
that they're carrying their partner too damn much.
Oh, wow.
Damn,
I mean,
dog.
if you have back injury, you are a good player, so keep going. Getting new partners.
Yeah. Listen, if you're carrying your partner and it's hurting your back, call them out in the comments. We don't mind. And if you played with me, don't put my damn name.
Well, that was what my comment was going to be.
And then
it's on my name, Faith. It's on Brian.
What else we got? Shoulders is 13%.
I can see the shoulders because I did do something to my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I always like have to say See, I did it. Shoulder in my head because I had like a long time when I was younger. I used to say shoulders.
So you say soldiers for shoulders and shoulders for soldiers?
No.
God, your ass backwards. You're like a soup sandwich. You were ate up.
But I always have to say
I had that thing with specific and Pacific.
Oh gosh, you're one of those ones.
Yeah, so whenever I say Pacific Ocean, I would say Pacific Ocean.
I have a lot, but I used to say soldier. But my shoulder, and it was because I guess I was doing my overheads very weird.
So you feel it more in your overheads when you're coming down.
But now that I've drilled it and worked on my overheads, I have no problem with my shoulder.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that's what it was from. Because I don't know if I was pulling back so much and then like forcing it to go forward, or maybe I was just blocking awkwardly where I'm like going behind me here and I'm putting so much stress on my shoulder. But I did have that for a while to where I was playing, and then at the end of the night it was sore. And then if I moved it in certain directions, I could feel it. And that's why I started to work on my overheads, because I felt like that was something that was probably the one making that injury worse.
Yeah, you were causing that, and it was because of incorrect form.
Yes.
So if you don't have proper form, then you're definitely going to feel it. Your knees, your legs, all types of stuff. There's a lot of people with knee.
I think the knee is also posture. If you don't have a good posture and you're like kind of like,
well, it could be. I think the knee is more like the knee injuries. I think there's more of like just turning because they don't know how to turn, or they have their feet planted and then they're turning without like picking up their feet.
So so
you can have like your ACL and all types of like craziness.
So there was I did my singles.
That shit hurts.
It does. But I'm laughing because I don't know. I don't want to sound crazy or weird.
Oh boy, here it goes. Get ready, folks.
But I feel like my knee on my left side is, I don't know. I think I might have to start using the KT tape, but I don't want to use the KT tape because I don't want tan lines on my freaking knees. But but my the singles game that I played with Sanny in Melbourne.
Yeah.
We went to the singles tournament, and I think I still have the video or something, but me and Sanny were in the middle of a point, and she had barely got the ball, and she lobbed it in a sense. And I jumped up and I got it, and I felt like I landed, but I didn't. I stumbled because I felt like my knee gave out.
Okay.
And I fell, and I have a scar on my knee now. Somehow, miraculously, I stood back up and I got the point. But that was something that always...
You're amazing.
Sure. But that's something that always tripped me out because I'm like, what happened to my knee?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I landed, but my knee buckled.
So did it happen when you landed, or it happened when you like jumped up?
It happened when I landed, because when I landed, it like buckled and I fell down and I scraped my knee. Okay. And then I looked up and I saw Sandy got the shot and she hit it back, and I jumped up and I got the point. Somehow I did that, but that always takes me back to like, was that my knee? Maybe I just didn't have my foot placed properly. Like,
no, it's your knee.
You're old.
it's your knee for sure, because I've felt that before where I get a sharp pain.
Well, I didn't get any type of pain. That's why I'm saying, like, but
it hindered me moving.
Oh, okay.
Like I felt it, and it was super sharp, and it wasn't that I kind of got freaked out because it was sharp pain. Obviously, I'm gonna get freaked out because that's just not normal. But it kind of just like froze up my knee. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell? And it was, I just tried to shake it off or whatever. And it was during something. But it was in a tournament. Yeah. It was either singles. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was singles. Maybe like a mixed or something. But it was definitely doubles. And a lot of people go through that. Yeah, and I think, like you said, it's from turn. Yes, because and it doesn't even look like anything. It just looked like either they jumped up or they're just there and they're kind of getting ready for the point, and they're like, yeah, and then go down. Their knees like, no, the fuck you not. Yeah, exactly. I know what you want to do. Think what you want to do, but that ain't happening. That's not happening. I mean, that happens all the time with my body. It's like in my head, I'm like, I'm in my prime, baby. Your body's like, what? 42, bro. Good job. How about this? No. It likes to remind us. Our bodies like to remind us how old we are. So what do we have? Okay, so we have the knee. We have the feet, which include the ankle and Achilles. We have the back. We have the shoulders. And then we have the legs. So what I thought was that the legs were going to be ahead of the shoulders and ahead of the feet, and definitely ahead of the back. So I thought the legs were going to be like second or third-ish. Yeah. Because it says legs, calf, quad, hamstring, whatever. And not that it's like personal because I messed up my calf, but I hear a lot of people messing up their calves. I hear a lot of people messing up that they pulled their hamstring, that they pull. I mean, I've seen in competition in tournaments where people drop out because something happened either with their quads or their hamstrings, that they pulled it real bad, that they pulled their muscle and they can't walk, they can't continue, blah, blah, whatever. So that's why I was like, back. I see all these other ones and I've never heard, I can't go on, I hurt my back. Like, I've never heard that. Yeah. But I thought that legs were gonna. I was really surprised. Out of these 5,000 votes, legs, which include the calf, quad, and hamstring, get 9.1%, and then the other one is.
I knew off the bat it was knees, only because it's like a lot of motion, a lot of mobility, and then at the same time, you know how people say like shock absorbent. See, I think your knees would take a lot more. Because
you think that your legs would take I think your knees would take more of
because you have to understand when somebody jumps,
right?
They don't just jump and then land straight. Right. They jump and then when they kind of bend their knees and then stand back up.
It's the knees that you you're thinking that the knees take a lot more pressure and absorption of
than any part of your lower body. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is.
And I think you're right with that, plus moving.
Yes.
And it only just takes that. It's a little movement to tear your freaking ACL. It's amazing. Like people that have like ACL injuries and all the other ones that they have in their knee, turning messes that up. And if you turn wrong, like if your knee is just like facing forward and your body goes the other way.
I did that once.
So many people do that though. It's almost like a regular movement. And you'd be surprised of how many people tear.
And I think that was my downfall because I would turn my upper body.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And then my lower body would follow.
Your legs follow.
That's me.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Well, obviously I don't now because of the fact that when I did do that, I felt it in my left knee. That's probably what happened with my left knee.
Now we know.
It has been solved. But I felt like a weird pull.
Yeah.
And it was like, I guess just because, like you said, how my movement was. Movement.
Move it.
Movement.
Shoulder.
Specific. But I think that was something that I felt. And that's why now I always try, when I play, I'm always very cautious of how my lower body is. If I'm like in a squat position, I know my feet have to move first before I do any other part of my body. Because...
So that's what I like to train. I like to train foot movement. Mm-hmm. And it's not only to, avoid any kind of injury, which it does. It definitely does avoid those injuries. But it's just so important to get into a position. And I see so many people that they don't have that foot movement.
Oh,
and they go crazy. I mean, their body just goes everywhere.
I've seen so many videos.
They're like the inflatable arm tube men. Going everywhere. And it's like, plant your feet, move your left one, and then your right one. Like,
watching videos, like, it's not a bad thing. It's not anything to be ashamed of. But it's just people who really like pickleball. And they feel like their body can do it.
Right.
But so many videos of people like that just fall down or their momentum just takes them. There's so many people that just fall into the freaking net all the time because of stuff like that. But
I like the memes where it says, where it'll show like Anna Lee or somebody and it'll say what I think I look like. And then
I love the Callie Smith one.
I actually look like. It's like everybody basically
falling over.
Yeah. But I think foot movement is super important, and I work with Sandy with that when we do our drilling. I work with you with that, especially like for your two-hand, especially when you're dinking.
Yeah.
When you are getting for your two-hand in your drive, just so many different things.
Yes.
And it helps so much so that you're not, because people like to move like their entire body towards the ball.
Yeah.
And then they like to move like their whole body, and all that's not moving is like their face type of thing, because they're just like this, like watching the ball, but they're going over here and they're going over there. It's like
there was somebody that I saw. It was a pro. They do like clinics. Brian Farley.
Go on.
She was like, I think it was Simone Chargine.
Yeah.
There's a video where like there's a guy at the kitchen line and he's like just moving and hitting the ball. He's like constantly moving.
Right.
And then she actually comments on that. So that was something that always sticks in the back of my mind now. Yeah. The less movement, the better.
Right.
Because she's like, look at him. He just keeps moving. And then she literally holds his head still. And he's just hitting it without moving. She's like, see, look how much better you look and how much better you're controlling the ball. Yeah. She's like, there's just so much movement that is so unnecessary that you're doing.
Yeah.
And then I did think about that. I'm like, that is actually true.
There's a lot of people that do way too much movement. And then what happens with that when you're moving too much, you're messing up your position. But not only that, you're kind of hurrying in your brain.
Yeah.
And then your brain is telling you, hurry the hell up and get to that ball when literally you have all the time in the world. It's crazy.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig. It is, and people do that all the time. It's like, if you move one foot, right? I did that with Sandy. I did that with a couple people where I do a clock.
Oh yeah, I remember
on the court.
That.
Remember that? And one leg is still. So basically, if the ball is coming to the right side, your left foot is staying in the middle of the clock watch, or the watch face, the clock face, and your right foot is going to go to either 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
I don't remember how long ago we did that. I haven't.
It was a while ago because you were going everywhere.
Yeah, I was one of the erratic.
I was like, stay still. What are you doing?
I don't know if you ever seen Over the Hedge, but you know Hammy? The squirrel that runs everywhere.
No, yeah, that's you. Especially when he gets the
energy drink.
The energy drink? Was it the energy drink?
And it was an energy drink where he drinks it and then the whole world just slows down.
I like the cookie.
Hammy wants the cookie.
And then on the left side, it's the same thing. Your right foot plants, and then your left foot is.
It's been a while since I did that.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm to a point where I needed it.
You definitely needed that, and everybody needs stuff like that until they can, because we did it a couple times to where it was like, okay, now you have it, and then you moved a lot better. But people that don't do that, number one, they injure themselves. That's the whole freaking thing, and number two, they're like, I don't know why I hit it that way, or I don't know why.
Yeah, I think a lot of things that I've drilled with you or you've taught me is always in the back of my head.
Good.
That's like one of them. I remember doing that. We did do the overheads. I did the overheads with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the overheads. Change your motion in your swing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot, and it always stays in my.
We went over. I mean, it's like your backhand.
Yeah.
You have the net, the drops, the dinks, a bunch of stuff, and
basically, you taught me pickleball.
Pretty much like the whole thing.
And now I'm better than you, so who do I go to? Just kidding.
I mean, hey, listen. I guess hit up Faith.
If you want coaching lessons.
Don't hit me up anymore.
Don't call me and be like, hit the thing with the thing like that.
Yeah. Be better.
Do better. Believe in yourself.
Hit it lower. I love that one. People.
Oh my God.
Listen,
keep it low.
Man, you got to stop hitting it out. Thanks.
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing wrong.
Like, you keep hitting it into the net. No shit, Sherlock. Like, I'm not trying to hit it into the net. I used to love that. I'm like, what do you want me to, teach me how to do it. How about that? Well, hit higher. And then I hit too high. People always do that. Don't hit it out. Don't hit it into the net. It's super obvious. I'm not
trying.
You can't really think. And if you're one of those people, listen, people aren't trying to hit it into the net. They're not trying to hit it out. So stop saying stupid shit like that.
They are going through the motion of, this is how I look when I play pickleball. And they hit it out and then they get mad.
Let's go to the next topic, because it is pretty interesting. It is the USA Pickleball versus Joola. Joola. I don't know how many people have said that wrong, including myself. It's Yola.
I used to say Joola.
Joola. Jolanda.
Yolanda.
So, Yola filed a lawsuit versus USA Pickleball last year, and it was because of the whole 3S.
Oh yeah.
So USA Pickleball, it was a whole ordeal. So it was the propulsion core thing. So what had happened was that I think I have the dates on here somewheres. Okay, so May 14. It says May 14, 2024, Joola informed USA Pickleball that the paddles they submitted were not the actual paddles that went out to public.
Oh, wow.
So their whole thing was that the submitted paddles and then the paddles that people were buying, a lot of it had to do with the foam. So the foam was like twice as much as the ones that were people were playing with, I think, the ones that they were selling. And the other thing was that they were putting the USA Pickleball stamp. So basically, USA Pickleball was like, we approved these, we didn't approve these. So how are you putting the stamp on the ones that we didn't approve? Right?
Okay, I'm confused about like how you're saying that, because is it like they only have to go through so many paddles and approve?
You never listen to me.
Man, loading.
Does not compute.
Enhance. No.
Input. Short circuit.
Input. Need input. No, like, so do they only like go through so many paddles and then they're like, okay, it's good to go? Or do they have to see every paddle? There's no way you can see every paddle.
Right. But it's basically, I think it has to do more like
random.
I don't think it's like the integrity of the company. It's just, it's basically, this is what you're telling us like your product is, right? Your product, your paddle is this. And okay, we're going to evaluate that. So what happened was that Joola submitted to the USAP, USA Pickleball. They submitted this prototype, and the prototype had their foam, right? A certain amount.
Yeah.
And the one that they put out in the market,
it had less.
The foam had more.
Oh, wow.
So that's what they were saying, that they didn't approve of that one. They didn't approve of the one that went into the market. And so it was just it was just a huge thing. This was a quote from USAP's lawsuit. The publicly available paddles were not the same as the paddles submitted for approval. Instead, Joola had doubled or more, in parentheses, the amount of foam. So they doubled the amount of foam in the mass-produced paddles. The paddles were also lower quality based on the irregular, expanding foam around the rim. So the, where the edge guard is, that's what they're talking about, the expanding foam. So they're saying that the expanding foam was lower quality as well. So it was just, I mean, I like Joola, but it was just, when they did that, it kind of seemed like it was kind of like a shit show.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, what the hell is going on? So basically, this says here, for the statement, for right now anyway, because Joola made a statement last year. And so did USA Pickleball. They made a statement about, what was going on. And that was one of the statements or whatever. But Joola now is not making any statements about the counter lawsuit. USA Pickleball made a statement today. And they said, as a national governing body of the sport of pickleball, we strive to uphold the standards and value of certifications, rules, and regulations to promote the integrity of the sport and fairness for all players. Filing this counter action was not a decision made lightly. It is, however, necessary measure to defend USA Pickleball's intellectual property, blah, 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 whatever. Joola didn't want to say anything about it. So basically, May 14, 16, 17, it was the 29th of last year.
Oh, okay.
It was Joola doing all these things. USAP made the announcement saying the above paddles were delisted. So that's when it all happened, where they said the 3S is delisted.
Yeah.
And everybody was starting to freak out because
they just bought
the damn paddle, and it was an awesome paddle, and everybody was saying it was the best paddle, and the technology was the best that there was around, blah, blah, whatever. And they're like, what the hell's going on? And then Joola said that it was a clerical error.
They sent them the wrong paddles? I was gonna
And they were going to resubmit the correct paddles and saying that these paddles were materially the same, even though USAP was saying that they weren't. And then they resubmitted it. They paid the expedited fee or whatever for each of them. And then May 29th of 2024, PPA made Joola Gen 3 paddles illegal. So the Gen 3, I think I said 3S, whatever. You know what I mean. The Gen 3 was the whole thing.
You were there.
After the Gen 3, they made the 3S.
Yeah.
So the Gen 3 paddles were illegal for use of the Texas Open that they were playing at the time. And from then moving forward, until they were approved by USA Pickleball. So that was the whole thing. And then June 13th, Joola officially files a $200 million lawsuit against the USA Pickleball. And then April 18th was the USA Pickleball that they filed. I don't know if they filed it or it went through.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure they probably started the countersuit last year. But anyways, April 18th it went through. So now they're suing them, or they're countersuing them for $200 million. It says USA Pickleball
My thing
files.
is, what is the whole reason of them delisting it? That it's too much for people to handle? It's too powerful? It's too what?
So a big thing that happened was the propulsion core, the technology. So they were saying basically it had that trampoline effect. So like it would go onto the paddle and then just shoot off. And they were saying that it was just too much. And then they were looking at other paddles at the time, but it wasn't that. I think Joola just got the first one, you know what I mean? Like they were the first one to get killed with that. Because there was other paddles that got that as well. And one of the big paddles was
Gearbox.
When they came out. Everybody was like, holy shit! Like, how is this paddle legal?
Still legal.
And the freaking Gen 3 is not. Because the Gearbox was hitting harder. It was coming off the paddle way faster than the Gen 3s. But it was already like set in motion. And then they were like basically in the process of getting the Gearbox and other paddles delisted as well. And you were having a lot of people injured. I wonder why, on that survey, like the eye is not listed. The lip is not.
I don't know how the face is not listed at all.
Because, man, I mean.
Well, I think
I can't count how many times I got hit in the freaking face.
Well, at the same time, you had to look at where you're playing. Like, because we just played the play.
Yeah.
We were playing with lower level players who can't control the ball as much. And it was like, high ball, whack.
Yeah.
Like, it was very hard to. I felt like it was just coming at you randomly. Like, they got the paddle on the ball, and that's it. And you had to.
Well, they're not aiming or anything.
Yeah.
They're just hitting
the ball. That's what I mean. The ball met the paddle, and that's it.
Yeah.
So,
but,
I've got hit in the face a few times. Well, not really the face, because I move. I'd rather get hit in the back of my head than my face.
I can't remember when or who it was, but I do remember you got hit in the chin.
Yeah.
And you were super fucking pissed, and you ended up body bagging them because it was a dude.
Yeah. He just kept
hitting. And you could see it. He just looked at it, and then he just hit the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was aiming towards me, you, the middle, the corner, anything. They were just in the hell out of the ball.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, babe.
You got to keep your paddle up.
I'm going to drop it. It's going to pop up and you just hit the fuck out. He ended up bowing back on the guy.
We're mean.
You were so happy about that. But, I mean, you didn't hit him in the face. You weren't going for the face.
Yeah.
You went for the body. But I've seen so many people get hit in the eye.
So I've seen
people get hit in the
stories.
mouth. I got hit in the ear. Freaking Mike Tyson style. So, like, damn. Take it easy.
I remember that one.
It's a rec game, bro. Damn. Like,
I think you do what I do is that when the ball comes and then you go like this, and because that's what I do. I rather get hit here
no, yeah,
than or try to do this.
I try to move.
Yeah,
I try to move.
I think that one it was just like
and it was coming straight to my like the middle of my freaking face.
I'm very awkward about moving out of the way.
Yeah.
Very awkward.
I mean,
I used to do what I called my turtle effect. You know, I would have like my paddle here, and then I would go like this, and sometimes I would hit my paddle.
Oh yeah, no, you did that a lot. You're like, I tried to move out of the way, but I couldn't.
My paddle followed me.
My paddle had a mind of its own, and when it did.
But now I feel like I've gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like you said, I don't know how the face is not on that list. Because you see a lot of eye injuries. I guess, well, because you have the goggles. You have things that could protect you. Eyewear. Like the brim of my hat has saved me a few times.
I see a lot of people.
Yeah, because I do that now. I do that when it's coming.
Yeah, they hit the hat first. I see a lot of that too.
Before I started moving out of the way, I just did that because it would hit my hat.
Yeah.
So, I think you have a lot more safety stuff with your face than you do with the rest of your body. You can't do anything.
Do you think that they should like do something with that? Like they should get that kind of like requirement to do glasses or something to play?
I don't know.
Like I mean, for the whole Joola lawsuit or whatever that they did, and what they were suing was basically that Joola was saying that they had to pull all their paddles and give their money back and all that, whatever, and that's why they were suing them for that much. And but I didn't see a problem with the ball coming off that fast.
I think if you do not have fast reflexes, because there's people with reflexes that are just crazy.
Right.
They could be Spider-Man, but they have fast reflexes to a point where it just works for them. And then you have people who can't react. They see the ball and they're like deer in headlights type of thing.
Yeah, especially if they have their paddle low or whatever in their.
And I think those people should be, because I cannot wear glasses. I can't have anything on my face that bothers me because it's gonna bother me.
Yeah,
like it took a while for me to get. Yeah, it takes too much to just like look at a ball because now I have like the frames and now I have like the middle. Like it's just that's why I don't wear it. But I have fast reflexes. There's times that the ball's coming, I have no idea how I block it. I have no idea how to just stick my paddle there. It's just like I see the ball coming and I'm blocking.
Well, I've always tried to wear glasses because I wear glasses and I try to wear my glasses. They're prescription.
Yeah. It can't.
I see the ball clear as hell.
But you can't react.
But I can't hit the damn thing.
You're either here or working, but your brain's like,
damn, I see everything. Oh my gosh. It just went right past me. I don't know why. But I have the same thing where something's on me. I always want to wear shades when it's sunny outside and stuff. I always want to wear shades, and it affects me so much.
Yes, I'm one of those
that
people.
I never thought that they would affect me that much. I didn't think glasses would affect me.
I think you just have to have them on all the time, like people who wear glasses.
You have to definitely get used to them.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I think if
the people who wear shades that play, I have no idea how they do it.
Yeah, I mean they have to do it. They have to like train with it.
Yeah.
But I think if you're gonna like, Joola's suing the whole thing and USAP is doing that whole countersuing or whatever, I think that Joola and all these other paddle companies, in my opinion, they should be able to make these paddles that are crazy powerful. And if it comes to that, then you either can have, not require, but you can have the option to wear your protection.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is right now. You have pros wearing glasses.
Yeah.
I see Anna Lee wear glasses sometimes. She wears shades. She wears like clear glasses. I see Jessie. She wears glasses.
Well, at the same time, I can understand her because I remember a video where, what's his name? Right?
Wrong.
Left. Just kidding.
What?
I thought we were playing a game. No, Kovalova's husband.
I'll tell you what. Lucy and Matt.
Matt Wright, right? No.
Wrong.
Shut up.
All right.
But he hit Irving in the face.
That son of a bitch.
Did you ever see that video?
He? Did they arrest him?
You know what I mean. But he hit her in the face, and her partner was like, "Really, bro?" Because he was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Really, bro? You hit her in the face?" And he was just like, "I don't give a fuck." Like, so
I don't care.
Yeah.
Well,
that like
yeah,
that.
I don't. Well, yeah.
Like that for me. Sure. Like if you're professional, wear the freaking glasses because sometimes some people, even though they're professionals, they're still hitting people in the face. Like if you don't feel comfortable playing against somebody who's a banger.
Yeah.
Wear the glasses.
100%.
Yeah. If you can't.
I think that would benefit. I think glasses would benefit more for people that are, I want to say like more 4-0.
Mm-hmm. The banging 4-0.
Because if you're 4-0 and you're playing 4-0 and you're doing 4-0, there's people that are like 3-5-ish and they're playing 4-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have close to 4-5, maybe weak 4-5s.
Yeah.
Playing in that area. And all of them, right? They have different things. The 3-5, they don't know what the hell, where the ball's going. Because they're not there yet. The 4-0 is basically kind of there. But now because they're kind of there, they want to hit the ball harder.
Yeah.
And with that, they lose control.
That's true.
And same thing with the 4-5s. But the 4-5s have a lot more control over their ball. But sometimes...
Yeah, but I think when you bring power into it, now you're more focused on hitting the hell out of it, that you're not really trying to aim the ball. And I noticed, like, from my own personal shots of, like, okay, this is a really high ball. I can smack it.
Right.
I smack it, it either goes out or I overhit it to a point where it just goes into the net. Like, I have zero control of trying to power shot that shot. Yeah. Instead of just doing what I regularly do. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So when you bring power into it, it's...
Well, power, because of that technology. Mm-hmm. And then you're trying to hit it crazy hard. But then also you have 4-5s. And even some, like, 5-0s or weak 5-0s. They're trying different shots. Yeah. And I saw it a lot when the flick came into play. The flick and hybrids of freaking flicking and rolling and all types of weird, crazy stuff. And they're trying it. And they might know how to kind of do it. But but because they don't get it, they get it like 20% or 30% of the time.
And those are the ones that take
goes up here like this, and they're like, oh, shoot, and usually you have the, oh shit, man, my bad, I'm sorry, but it's like, because they still, even at that level, you still don't have that control. So it's like, it would be a good idea and my thing is like, not in you could do it in a women's game, but more in mixed. Yeah. Because the guy's always going for the girl. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, especially that they're in front of each other. So that would be
a humongous thing.
Yeah, but I think that paddles should be, you can make whatever paddle that you want. Yeah. Even if it's crazy powerful and it like pops off, whatever, just, if you're worried about, getting hit in the face or whatever, wear protection.
Yeah.
Boom.
I mean, I'm not saying anything against people like, oh, they're. I can't really. I don't know how to say it to a point where it's like you're gonna alter this whole game because you couldn't keep up with it in a sense.
Like you're holding it back.
Yeah.
I see it as holding it back.
Yeah.
Because the sport isn't where it's supposed to be right now.
No.
It's in the beta stages. It's like trying to figure itself out.
Yeah.
And
then with all these
when
things
you're putting
coming,
barriers and stuff like that, yeah, exactly. You're not letting it.
I mean, if like football, I understand why everything happened because people were getting freaking brain injuries and concussions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was no way that you can prevent that because they're getting slammed to the ground. They're hitting their head on the ground. But pickleball, there's glasses. You have glasses. You could find. I really don't know. There's more things that you could do. I think you end up injuring yourself not playing pickleball properly than somebody injuring you.
Yeah.
Because what are they going to do? Hit you in the shoulder and then your shoulder's injured? I don't see the point.
Yeah, I think they should just let it, flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it should just let it flow.
See where it goes.
Let it grow to see where it can go.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you put barriers on like that, then you'll never know how far, paddle companies can go with their paddles. And
technology wise, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like you have these options to wear glasses and be safe. Yeah. I'm not saying like anything to people who are like, oh, but people lose their eyesight and this and that. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but if you're playing bangers, like now you know who not to play with. Be like, oh, if I play against them, skip me or you guys should get off the court type of thing.
I mean, if it got to that point. Like,
yeah. Because I remember seeing a video of a lady who did get hit in the eye and she lost her eyesight.
She lost her eyesight in the eye?
Yeah, but she was an older lady. She got hit.
What the hell?
And my thing is, if you're playing older people, be nice. Like, I can play older people and I slow my game down. Until I see, like, they're trying to hit me, then I'm like, okay, let's go. Just kidding. No, like, if you're playing...
Let's go, old timer.
Let's go, and if I see that they're not so mobile, I'm not going to hit a crazy angle shot. Because everybody just wants to play pickleball. And it helps me work on certain shots. If I'm trying to work on a backhand flick, I can do it lightly until I get that motion.
Right.
Like, that's what I do when I play with low-level players or, like, elder people. Like, I'm not going to try to hit them. I'm not going to smack them. I'm not going to do this wow shot on them that they can't even...
Elderly.
The older people.
I drop it on them and lob it as much as I can.
And smash.
No mercy. Smash it.
But that's
body bag those elderly people. I do not do that. I'm just kidding. Just in case
anybody goes out there.
People that are
but watching. That's my thing is like if you really know how to play where you can actually be aggressive and slow it down, and if you're going to a public park, play with everybody. And like I said, I always work on my shirts. My shirts.
Your shirts?
No, not my
shirts. Your shirts are fine.
Dye works on my shirts.
Dye is
the
awesome
shirt.
with Boss Tees. Boss Tees, check them out.
But yeah, shots.
You need your shots. You need to work on your shots, not your shirts.
Not my shirts. I've been drinking.
Did I say that with? I've been drinking.
But no.
You need another one?
Yes, I do.
Refill, and we're back.
My shots, yeah.
Yeah, your shots.
But I work on my shots when I play with lower level players and older people. If I can see that they can get shirt. See, I want to say shirts. Shirt.
This podcast is brought to you by Dos Equis.
Shirts. But I work on my shots, and I think everybody should do that. It's just, I don't know. I feel bad sometimes. And I remember losing to older people because they're like, just smack it. And I'm like, I can't. Like, I envision my grandparents or something. Yeah. And it makes me feel really bad. So, but if they can keep up with it, then yeah, I give them a harder game. And then, but that just depends on who they are and how they play. And I think that's something that might have happened. They were playing, like they could have been 4-0, but they don't have those reflexes. Or they just got matched up with a really strong team and then they didn't know how to control their game. And she ended up getting hit in her eye or something like that.
That's crazy though.
But she did have.
She actually lost her eyesight.
Yeah, she was a bit older. I think she said 40s or something like that, 40s or 50s. But she was an older lady, and she had an eye patch and everything, and said that she had surgery and that I can't remember if it was like a detached retina or something like that. But something happened to her eye where she lost her eyesight in her eye.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea to just require him or something. I don't know, because I see a lot of people too where it's not getting hit in the face or whatever by the opponent. It's from either themselves, or it's
remember the lady that we played with a long time ago, and I think it was in
crazy
Del Rey.
The blonde?
No.
The red?
No, the brunette.
The brunette.
No, the black. No. No, remember you did like a serve to her, and she went for it, and her paddle went up to her eyebrow, and her eye started gushing.
Yeah, it was Del Rey.
Yeah. See, like stuff like that, you just never know if you're gonna cause it or the other person.
And that was her.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because I had laughed at her because she was like, "Oh, I couldn't get your serve," and I was like, "Ha ha ha ha." And I thought she was messing around, like, and then she was joking.
The serve
was, like,
after
super
that,
serious.
And the serve after that,
and it was the way that I was serving. She couldn't like get under the ball to get, to return it very well. And she ended up trying to put either like some topspin or something, and she hit herself in the she opened up her eyebrow.
We had to do a medical timeout, and we're
and she didn't even know that. She was like, "Well, I don't know." I'm like, "You can take a medical timeout."
Yeah,
like up to 15
we forced her actually.
I'm like, "Just do it." I didn't think she was going to come back.
No, I thought she
came back
because it started going down her face. It started going down.
Are you kidding me? It was on her shirt. It was on her shoes. Yeah.
We're like,
her partner was like,
she didn't even know. God. She didn't even know. Remember, it was her partner that told her.
Because he was freaking out.
Yeah. And then we're like,
but she came back with like a pillow on her face. She had all these bandages, and we're like,
"Are you
don't
sure?"
Have to play. She's like, "No, I'm playing."
She's sick. Forget you and your damn serve.
Like, I looked at you and I'm like, I'm gonna serve the same freaking serve. You're like, don't do it.
I feel bad, honestly, and I think that's why sometimes I lose.
I didn't do the same serve.
No,
just to be clear,
she returned that one. I mean, we still won that game.
We did, but it was that was a crazy ass thing. But it was her that did that. It was Cliff hit his freaking face.
Oh my gosh!
One time that I was playing with him, and he was trying to do some crazy shot.
I hit my face.
One of his crazy shots, and he ended up. I heard the ball hit, and then I heard something else, and the point was over, and I was like, "What was that?" And he's like, "I hit my face." I'm like,
"Nonchalant."
Really yeah. He's like, "I hit my face. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Timeout," because he really messed up like his cheek.
I think he told me that like after like.
And I've seen people do that. I've seen people hit the ball, and they hit themselves with it. I've seen where their partner's following the ball and their partner hit it, but they mishit it. And they like hit it on the edge or something like that, and it hits their face.
That's happened to me.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
I've seen where people are like kind of like that, and they're just like this, and they don't go all the way. Mm-hmm. And they're just like that, and it just hits them in the cheek. They're like, "Oh my gosh." People are a little bit exaggerated when they do that. But
yeah, I think a lot of it
does happen. It's like, what do you do? I mean, for me, the most important part it's your eyes.
Yeah.
So where the protection of the eyes, I don't think it should be taken crazy far.
I'm tired of people saying it's a wiffle ball. It is a wiffle ball. But the damage it could do to somebody.
Because, not everybody has the same eye socket.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, not everybody has the same anatomy. Not everybody has the same, like, some people's eyes and muscles are a lot weaker than anybody else's. Like, if her her retina detached, like if I've been hit in the eye, but I've like closed my eye type of thing, I go like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's because of that instinct there that saved my eye. Like, I've been hit in the eye. I've been hit in the ear. I've been hit in the freaking chin. I've like literally been body bagged.
Yeah, because I mean, you can imagine. It is a wiffle ball, but it's plastic, and then it has like rough edges.
Yeah.
And then if you're like this, and it's coming wherever, and you you don't get to close your eye.
Yeah, you don't have that second to do it.
So there's a lot of times where the ball gets hit like crazy to my face because so many people
You people
want to freaking body bag me for I don't know what reason. I guess I have that face. Everybody's like, I want to get Brian. I got to get Brian. Let me get his face. Let me get his neck. And I'm like, ugh. So I like close my eyes every time it happens. And I'm like, I hope I don't get hit. And I usually don't get hit. Sometimes I do, but I'm like, I get to close my eyes, but these people are getting hit in their eye and they don't close their eye and that plastic hits their eye.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Craziness.
To even think about losing your eyesight.
That's why I'm like, I think it goes back and forth. It's like, I mean, I'm not going to be one to like change the paddles because you have glasses to wear. But my thing is you know where the game's going because now it's like everywhere you go, you don't even dink anymore. It's rare that you will dink. It's all banging everywhere you go. It doesn't even matter if you have a fast paddle to do it with. It's coming at you from below the net or super high, and some of them are going straight out. Some of them are going at your body. Some are going at your feet. Like, it's not going to change. I don't think it's going to change anything like that.
Well, we'll see. Time will tell. You want to get people on the podcast or what? Trying to get some guests.
Like who?
People. If you're a person.
If you're human.
If you're a human and you want to get on the show, let us know.
I think like many perspectives are.
Well, we have to get Sandy. We have to get Vic. We have to get my dad. We have to get. Victoria said that she wanted to get on. Julian he said he wanted to get on. I think Diego said he wanted to get on.
I'll be like, you can't drink though. We'll give you a juice box.
Here's your juice box.
Here's one of my kids'
Don't
juice
get crazy. Thanks to everybody for watching and being here with us for this long. And again, if you guys want to be on the show, let us know. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff so that you can see our future shows. And if there's anything that you want to ask or have us talk about or whatever and look into, go ahead and let us know as well. We are going to try to do it like weekly to get like weekly news and updates or whatever and just
although it's going to be on Facebook before we even do it.
It's going to get pretty messy with these Dos Equis. She's slamming them back, you know what I mean?
She's been taking mine under the table.
But thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time. See you on the courts. Farley Pickleball is out. Peace.
Peace out.